Hello, and this is the second video of the shape and line lesson. So what we're going to do on the back of this paper is we are going to create our own abstract expressionist piece using geometric shape, organic shape, and different types of lines. So let's flip our paper over and get started. So the first step is just right in the middle of the center of your paper. Just kind of eyeball it. Doesn't have to be exactly in the center, but just try to get it as close to the center as possible. Start with your own shape. It could be organic shape, it could be a geometric shape. But start with a shape in the middle. Now I'm going to bring this camera down a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. Alright, after that, what you want to do is you want to start adding shapes and lines around this, and then you start to build out from each direction with different sizes of shapes, different sizes of lines, variations of lines, thick or thin, different geometric shapes, and different organic shapes. And it could be it's completely up to you where you want to go with it. It does not have to have any rhyme or reason. And the thing about abstract expressionism, it was a movement to break free of the traditional paintings and drawings where you can actually associate images with what you already know or have seen. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just starting to place different geometric and organic shapes very close to one another. See how they're not touching each other? But they are still really, really close. And I'm also using different types of lines to start building off of that first shape that you made. Now, for this, I don't want you to copy exactly what I'm doing. I want you to come up with your own abstract expressionist piece. But I do want you to see kind of the method that I'm working at. How I'm starting to use, I'm mixing my organic and geometric shapes and different lines to work kind of together. And you shouldn't have to think about this. It should just, off the top of your head, it should just start coming to you, whatever you feel like doing. As you start getting out a little bit further, feel free to draw bigger shapes, bigger organic shapes or geometric shapes. Remember to vary the weight of your lines. So some lines you want them to be thicker than others. Other lines you want the weight to be thinner or even medium. But again, see how close that I'm creating these different shapes and lines very close together. And if you were to draw something a little further away from the center, it's okay to just come in and fill that in. Fill that space in with whatever you think. So it's almost like making puzzle pieces as well. So anyway, you continue to work on this and to continue to expand it, and then eventually what I want you to do is cover 80% of the paper, which would probably be about, if you were to create an inch border around your paper, that would probably be sufficient. So as you can see, this is just an example of one that I've worked on a little bit more, given a little bit more time to. All these lines and shapes are placed very close together, but they do not touch. So continue working on your own abstract expressionist piece using line and shape, and we're eventually going to color this however you want to color it. But remember, probably about an inch from the sides, as long as you fill this area in, that's about 80% of the paper. Okay, you don't have to measure the inch if you don't want to, but just roughly eyeball it, that your picture, you know, spreads out throughout the whole piece. And then think of what colors you're going to use to color that in when you're finished.